Okay, people, it's your boy Red here, and to my fellow onlookers, thank you for coming on. Anyway, this is episode 2 of the Nerd Will Collective, and don't worry, I'm not going to do the whole slogan thing to blow your brains out, because I realized that was extremely loud last episode. Anyhow, we just got a little couple things to say beside the disclosure, which, trust me, I'll get to there. Anyway, first thing, for Kane and Lynch episode 2, we did review the first game. Don't worry about that. I will say this now. If you heard me at the last episode, I said if there was a bad game, we're probably going to do it at the end of the year or at the end of whenever we plan a season or some shit. Yeah, it was one of those games. So I will not recommend Kane and Lynch 1 just for future advance. And if you have checked out our website, yes, we are still going to do Vigilante 8. And I will love to hear you guys on that day because, trust me, I'm going to have a lovable conversation about that. But right now, let's get back to episode 2. Oh, and I forgot, just before we start talking about him, let me give you a good disclosure of extreme, mature content. I know it's not... let me just keep that professional. Please advise. Now let me end it with, no, it's not anything that has to do with, like, you know, the other stuff like Baraska or anything like that. And yes, I'm going to say that. If you know, you know. And honestly, hold a minute. I am getting a phone call. Oh, it's a spam. Okay. Sorry about that. And we're going to keep the episode how it is, so sorry if you didn't like that intro. Deal with it, my fellow nerds, okay? My onlookers. Oh, and by the way, I should say, Gold is here, sitting here, just chuckling at me. Gold, you want to start us off with what the episode's about?
Oh, where to start? So, today we will be talking about Walter Freeman II. He is known as the father of lobotomy. And he kind of decided to go on a whole tyrant about doing operations on people in a white van called the Lobotomobile, which you can't tell me that does not sound kind of rapey when you think about it. Like, yeah. Come on, bro. If you were trying to advertise yourself, that too, but like,
you just got like the fucking Scooby going up to them talking about them. You won't get away with this, Dr. Freeman. Sorry, I know that's not how any of them sound like, but I'm thinking like old school cartoon right now, man. They had to have one cartoon character based off this dude.
Maybe because
oh my god, because he is diabolical
as like
yeah
ever. I don't understand
like,
it.
Dude is I swear to God, this is like if they just took Dr. Hugo Strange from DC. You know what? He's probably based off of him. Thinking about it. Because like
Hugo Strange was.
Because Hugo Strange was pretty fucked up. Yeah, including with the electrotherapy.
Yeah. Or no, maybe his his partner in crime,
yeah.
Right.
By the way, we should talk about how we even got here, because I know last episode was about video games. So I'm going to tell you the draw up there, just to kill some time on here. We're trying to make a minute mark here. We're trying to get long. So first of all, I'm still sorry about our second episode. It was going to be one of the games that we suggested or talked about. But right now our crew is kind of like, we all got our lives. So I thought about a smaller way. Me and Gold will be doing some interpret episodes where we take some other genres of media and certain things, and we're just going to talk about them, and it's just stuff we find interesting. For instance, the lead-up for this one was I was going through some of my books, which is, by the way, let me give credit to this book right now because I recommend it. And it is the book Terrible But True, Awful Events in America History, and it's by Diane Williams. It's just a scholastic book. It was something from my childhood, but I'm a weird kid, so... Yeah, by the way, you might be like, what do you mean I'm a weird kid? The other book is Unsolved Deaths, so, yeah. That's our inspiration for this episode. Sorry, I just have to move away from the mic. And, I know, a little strange, but we thought it would be interesting, and we thought it was interesting when looking through this. But trust me, we're probably going to do more than one type of these episodes, where it's something from a book or a movie, and we'll probably be using this book again, by the way. So if you want us to continue talking about the strange monsters of America or monsters of the world, because we might have a little more than just that. Trust me, people. We love digging into this stuff. Then please, come back. Tell us. I mean, seriously, put it in the comments. I am talking a lot and not talking about Freeman, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are probably getting annoyed by that. Sorry. But anyway, to start off about Freeman, well, first of all, we did do other research. First, let's talk about the first thing we just discovered while checking over the script. We were looking over his first patient, which is, as we know at least, it was, hold up, sorry, I have another document open, Washington, D.C. in his office, by the way. We cannot confirm the name because from multiple different sources, we have different housewife names. So that's a scary thing when you can't even confirm the first patient, which I'm sure there's a medical document somewhere that at least confirms it. But for our own research, we looked at a website that was a gallery for him, which is I'm sure we will give a credit for later for you guys to check out. And the other one is the book, right? And My Lobotomy, the article on storycorps.org. So, as far as we know, the book says, just to confirm, Alice Hammett was his first patient, which is, again, you might be like, okay, what was wrong with her? As far as we could read, they don't really go into much about what happened to her specifically, but posing from the pictures we've seen, it's not, his lobotomy isn't a good one, guys. Like, he was inspired basically by Phineas Gage, this dude that had a fucking steel pipe go through his damn brain. So take that with a grain of salt, okay? He was using an ice pick, and I'm assuming it was just some shit from his Chardonnay, like talking about some. Oh, I wonder what would happen if I started acting like Wolverine. That's what I'm thinking in my head.
I mean, yeah.
Like, you cannot tell me the altruist mind in there which wasn't thinking about unfazed thoughts.
True, because my thing is sanely doing this shit. This is the wrong view, or B, you're just a complete sadist. And either way, you need help in some capacity.
I do not know how they let this dude in there. I feel like they should have had psych evals before you let you become a doctor.
Man, nah, they should.
Because there's so many doctors of death, criminal record wise.
Nah. Here's the thing. They should have psych evaluations for anybody trying to get to medical field, period.
True.
I'm talking about even for schools.
Yeah. No, I definitely believe in that, but we're not going to get in our... I don't know. That's an educational movie. You don't call that political. I was about to say political.
It's
but like, I mean, it could be political.
It could be, but it's more just opinionated.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sorry for the laughs. I know it's probably making the... I can hear the feedback a little bit. We don't know what's going off our mics, but sorry about that. If you guys do hear that, sorry. So sorry. Anyway, so yeah, Alice Hammett is the first name we have from the book. Then we have... let's go right over here.
There was another
Sally
name.
Ellen Lowlinsko.
Yeah, and apparently too, she was just a depressive housewife.
Yeah, man, dude, that reminds me of the Papa Meat episode when they're talking about psychiatrics.
Yeah. Oh my fucking.
Oh
God.
my God.
That was
Papa
bad.
Meat, but like,
that was so
really
bad.
Was like, she doesn't love me. Off with her.
I
feel like
that
they
was
should
so
make a
messed
skit
up.
for it. There actually should be a TV show for that. Just like housewives having to deal with their fucked up husbands sitting towards.
Man, I'm telling you, that should be.
Trust me.
That would be
like,
entertaining.
It would, because it would be like a blue. You could tell it would probably lead to like some blue collar murders or something. And it, of course, it'd be made up, but
still,
yeah, I mean, it might be a real thing.
Could be.
I mean, I feel like it'd be filed. So now let's go to the notes we've made. So to start off, the personal beefs with this, I gotta say, with this dude, Dr. Freeman, we've learned a lot. First being that he isn't even a surgeon, but he was doing these surgeries. I think he got like 20 surgeries a day when he had actual surgeons working with him, right?
So as far as that goes, yes. But also another thing is, after a while, he started doing the surgeries by himself. Keep in mind, he's not certified or has a license for these surgeries. Even yet, he started doing by himself and started teaching them to others. It was getting to a point where he even were doing 20 in a singular day and said, and I quote, "I could teach this in an afternoon, you damned fools."
This sounds like me if I was a doctor talking about some... It's like building Legos, guys. Come on.
I mean,
yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go off the document because we make a document usually for this stuff. Guys, I'm telling you a little bit of our production. Sorry, I just looked to the corner. Sorry. Anyway, Freeman's first successful lobotomy was performed with a kitchen ice pick. Again, I genuinely think this man was just grabbing that shit from his fridge. Like, he probably had a mini fridge or something.
Yeah, or like a fucking cooler.
We don't even know if mini fridges were a thing. He could have
Oh.
just had a full-blown fridge in there.
Well, who knows? Because this was around the 1930s.
Yeah.
With him specifically, so.
I mean, it could have been mini fridges. I'm
Mini
a 2004 baby, just to clarify to people.
Mini fridges probably not, but they probably did have like a giant cooler. So.
Damn, you might be right. You might be right. Okay. Anyway, I should be saying this is the facts that I will give credit to my boy Gold over here. You guys should be thanking him because, to be honest, if I were you, I was just going to keep referencing this book and give it full credit. We actually did our own research. Also, that was loud as fuck. Sorry for everyone's ears. I will be doing video editing, so you might not hear it. You might. Who knows? Audio too, so yeah. Charlie Schwarzenegger. I don't know.
Charlie Schwarzenegger.
Oh, shit. Anyway, so fact 2. An 8-year-old child was caged in a basement for having schizophrenia, so this dude performed lobotomy on him. Yes, this man, Dr. Freeman, has about, if we're keeping count, 29 child cases.
All under 18 years old.
Yeah,
and
all
actually,
under 18 years old. That's
and
why
actually,
I said child
too,
cases, though.
The youngest case that he has done a lobotomy on is a 4-year-old.
Yeah, the 4-year-old's fucked up, too.
Which is, like, we'll get into that more in a bit, but I'm just saying, just for future reference, that one, in my opinion, is one of the worst ones.
I think the 8-year-old fucked up because he was caged in a basement.
True.
I think on the other note, they said that he had anger issues.
Yeah.
Which is, in my case, I feel like that's just terrible parenting at that point, dude. Get a normal psychologist, not a fucking...
But you also think about, too, the times back then were different. They thought that to solve it, you could just go through a lobotomy and or a mental institution.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Yeah.
that time period, was fucked up.
Yeah.
Just pointing it out.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is that's why I'm happy for my luxuries, I guess. I get to play Angry Birds and not get judged for it. Meanwhile, this kid, he kicks a fucking pebble on the ground and they're like, oh my god, no manners! I'm sorry, that's what my brain is always like hypering it, so excuse me. Okay, number 3. Freeman, he had heavy-duty lectocombs. And before you ask, what the hell are you talking about? Basically, this dude Freeman would not just stop using the fucking ice pick. He'd just become basically Batman and start making even more probes to shove up people's brains, and they're called lectocombs. He had a heavy set, a small set, and he still kept using the fucking ice pick from his kitchen, which is even more messed up because I can imagine this dude just stabs it up someone's brain. He's like, who wants to drink some white wine with me? Just use the same thing, gets a corkscrew. Just
I mean, and then the thing that I don't get about it either is that at that point where he's using the ellipticombs, he already has plenty of money to actually get proper tools, but yet he still decides to use
I feel like he was just making
a home ice pick
just to make money.
But that's my thing too. Like
he
at
made
that
proper
point,
tools for it, but it's literally just ice picks with different handles.
I mean, like at that point, I think you just have an issue to be using the same shit.
Well, dude, my thing is, I feel like there's a lot of things that we could like assume. For my first assumption, just for a little headcanon in my head, he did not clean his tools.
I doubt that.
That boy was going. By the way, to keep in note from what we said originally, yes, he was literally going around everywhere in our country in a lobotomobile, which is was a white van with equipment in it. But I genuinely think he was not cleaning it because, like, another question is, we didn't research about this, but was one of my questions when we were researching. How the hell did this dude get anywhere to perform? Like, I feel like it had to be a personal thing. You just walk in their house talking about something. Okay, well, I have some people to watch me, a journalist or two, and let's go into your child's brain now.
Well, honestly, what I think it is, he probably like put up fires around towns.
What, and then the fucking hospital like, oh,
yeah,
Dr. Freeman's here? What a jolly good day.
Because his whole thing was
maybe my wife.
To do it on the road so that they won't have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
That was his whole reasoning for doing it. So my guess is he probably set up shop somewhere and then had like fires in different cities that he was in, and just like picked a specific post.
Garage man plan.
Basically, but on the road completely. So
yeah, on the road again. Sorry, that's what went in my head. Freeman used chemical treatments on patients, including oxygen therapy, before using lobotomy. On top of that, we could go to one of our other notes. I'm sure it's somewhere in here, or maybe not. What was the part? It was Ellen Wexter. Hold up. I thought we had that note. Didn't we have the note?
No.
We don't have the note of his partner? Oh, poop. Let me give it a quick search. Don't worry, guys. We'll just give it a quick search. We're trying to do a podcast here, so it's not that big a deal.
Actually, hold up. I found something. Checking.
Yeah, just because I had a website, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. So his partner was James Watts.
James Watts, yeah. So on top of the oxygen therapy, we do know about James Watts, which is that I'm absolutely sure is Dr. Hugo. DC. I'm still thinking
it has to be
for Dr. Hugo. Okay. James Watts, basically, this dude would just shock the shit out of them before getting in there, so he could knock them out instead of using anesthesia. They ended up splitting up at one point, but they were hip and hip for a good second. The difference is James. Wait, is it James Watts?
Yes.
Mr. Watts. I'm gonna call him Mr. Watts, so I don't have to pronounce his name. I ain't gonna remember it. Yeah, my boy, he actually does have a medical license still and is still documented, so you could just look that up real quick. I remember it because I did it earlier, and I guess I forgot to put the note down, so sorry for that. Okay, your boy Red here is not exactly the most accelerate of the tool sheds. Like, not the sharpest tool of the tool sheds. That's how the saying goes, I think.
Right, but also, too, by 1967... Freeman had performed over 2,900 lobotomies in his van called the Lobotomobile.
We keep talking about that, though. That's the wild thing to me. The fact that you really wanted to name it the Lobotomobile.
Right, and my thing is, too, who let him do this little escapade up until he got to 2,900?
They're like, I'm so proud.
And his grandfather was a surgeon. But here's one thing that I also found out while researching. Out of those 2,900 patients, over 1/3 of his patients has died. Yeah. Even one of his patients dying from a brain hemorrhage because he decided to take a picture and pose in the middle of the surgery.
But actually, those are two different cases to clarify. I'm re-looking at the book just a little bit. So, from the thing that I like to point out here is bro really was doing fucking trick moves with journalists in the room talking about something. Hey, hold up. Pose. Pose. Hey, look, I'm just going to lie to you guys. I would probably pose a little bit myself. I'm not going to lie. If I had journalists, I'd be trying to put on some shades, talking about something, get my good side.
Get my good side.
Hey, look, of course, that's why I'm not in the medical field, but, like, I would be one of those doctors.
Yeah.
I'll give that to Walter. Well, Walter's just doing the common thing. He's showing his good side, talking about something. Hey, look, you're going to put me in a newspaper. Make sure you get these cool-ass watch I just bought. I'm joking. Just showing off his wrist in the middle of
Oh, my God. But also another thing. So by 1945, lobotomies were just starting to, up in popularity. But when Freeman started around 1945, annually there was around 150 every year. Up from there to, I believe, 1949, it jumped from 150 to over 5,000 lobotomies.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
just because of him alone and his lobotomobile, which I feel like the motherfucker started the whole Batmobile bullshit.
Oh yeah, he definitely. I feel like just for the lobotomobile, definitely got for the Batmobile.
Yeah, but he was
either that or somebody else started off. Maybe he could have been like a famous rock star or something at the time.
True, but my thing is, he had that much of a profound effect on the medical field to the point where just in 5 years, it jumped up to 5,000 lobotomies.
Ugh.
From 150. What the fuck were you doing to make it become that popular?
Yeah. So we're going to go on to one of our notable people that actually has a quote, which is, by the way, this is going to go to what I wanted to say earlier. Howard Doley. He's a 12-year-old, and Freeman operated on him. And he also had a quote, guys. We have a quote from one of these motherfuckers. I told. Oh wait, this is a quote for I think Walter. I told Howard what I'd done to him, and he took it without quiver. He sits quietly, grinning most of the time, offering nothing. That's a quote from Freeman. Now I could give you on Howard's side. By the way, in the book they don't even mention Howard's name; they just mention his age, and we were able to connect it very easily. So Howard specifically said, I was in a mental fog. I was like a zombie. I had no awareness of what Freeman had done. So Freeman told him, and by how he said it, he was in a mental fog. So even when he did tell him, it's like, yeah, of course he was smiling. He didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Right.
Basically, just like a Euphoria scene, just drugged the fuck out and just trying to figure out where the hell you're at, like Zendaya.
I'm about to say, like, honestly, though.
Like I said,
what
the
hell? Right? I'm sorry, I couldn't do it.
Dude, like, look at the bright side. Look at the bright side. We weren't born.
Facts, I mean, yeah.
Shit. But, I mean, we had to keep, it's not like we'd been any better since we're African American. We would have just been in Tuskegee instead of fucking lobotomy. Either way, we're fucked.
Oh, no, we would have been in both. We were required to be in both situations.
Damn.
A lot.
Damn.
Keep in mind back then, African Americans were point. What the fuck? But no, back then, African Americans were put into many medical experiments, including lobotomy. That's where most of that research came from us.
Cool. Also, hold up. We have a link in here, so I'm going to click the link just to make sure what it is.
That link is to the document about James Watts.
Oh, it's a link to James Watts. Okay.
And Freeman's past history.
So we'll put that in the description of the video. I didn't know that. That's number 6 on our bullet points. So we're just going to go to the next one. Number 7. Jason, you want to read this since I see your little cursor on the document?
Well, I kind of already mentioned it, but his 2,900 patients that he has done by 1967.
Yeah, as the amount of times you've mentioned it, it's like it's number 7 on our bullet points. We've jumped ahead so far.
Oh yeah,
oh man, we gotta work on this, but it's whatever. Luckily, thank you guys for listening so far. I know I babble, and trust me, I'll keep babbling. Like for instance, any of you played a new Marvel Rivals? I'll beat your ass. You're like, don't tell that to the fans. They're like, what?
I'll beat your ass. Stop the shit.
I'm gonna come in with Winter Soldier, talk about some I am Doomfist. Come on.
I am Doomfist. Stop the shit.
Nah, I mean, he literally has the Reaper and Doomfist mechanic with like the damage output and then like, the little grapple thingy. I think it's cool. Also, I like being the edgy boy. What? It's true. But anyway.
Anyway, so we're gonna skip a bit because I already talked about most of this already. But up to our point 11, since the end of lobotomies, there has been proven points that the death rate for lobotomies in around 1970 was around 2 to 5%.
Damn.
So 2 to 5% of patients died from the lobotomies.
Yeah.
Shortly after.
Oh shit. Thank God, man. I am not in that shit. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, for number 12, some long-term effects of lobotomies are dementia, poor impulse control, and even high depression, which is literally the first one we started with was a housewife that had depression.
Yep.
By the way, we forgot to mention the third name of the other chick. It's somewhere in here, so we'll get to it. Just telling you, I know we said we had 3 names of the possible person. I'm assuming it's either that or the first 3. This dude was just going on wife hunting, talking about I'll find me the perfect doll to play with.
I don't know, but that motherfucker was different.
I'm telling you right now, it's probably like a cyberpunk side mission.
Yep.
Anyway, so that was number 12. And we're going to go to number 13, Sally Ellen Lewinsky. Oh, hey, maybe we got a matchup. Maybe it was Sally.
Yeah.
It says on our document, Sally. So maybe, guys, we might have a winner. It's against Sally and fucking Ellen, if I remember.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Yeah, but then we got.
Wait, hold up. I just want to say how he said it. A transorbital lobotomy for Freeman. Sally was have a depressive housewife. Now, I want to put out a note. If she was the first one, keep in mind he didn't have the heavy duty lexicons, which was for the orbital bones. So he had a special heavy pair just for that. Meaning this chick was probably the singular chick that went through twice the amount of pain than everybody else.
Yeah.
Because he was just using the kitchen ice pick. Think about it, because he had the heavy lift goal for just the orbital bone.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have them at this point.
If this is his first one, then he only had that fucking ice pick.
She must have been fucking screaming, dude. Like,
because
Jesus.
they didn't use anesthetic either.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the shock therapy wasn't a thing because he probably wasn't partners with Alan.
No.
Ooh.
So he just went in and
did
that shit.
That poor chick. Actually, she might be one of the pictures. We have pictures that we might put on a video, too. So, keep a watch for that, you know? Sorry if you don't like the pictures. I don't know. Maybe we'll just put in some background of, like, what do you think? What do you think if we didn't put in the pictures? I've been playing Manor Lords. You want to see me play around a village and make a small town?
Make a small town. I mean, we could.
Right? I mean, who knows? Put some Frostpunk in there.
Right.
I feel like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't just do what everybody else does and put, like, maybe Overwatch clips. I want to do something where it's like, you know, it's like a little peaceful city behind you. I don't know, play some dystopic.
I mean, some
City.
Some War Tales.
War Tales. You might be right. Well, okay. But getting back to the thing.
Oh, so back to the next point. Freeman's last patient, guess what? Died from a hemorrhage. Keep in mind, this is a separate patient that died from a hemorrhage.
Damn.
Not the first one. This is a completely other one. Keep in mind, this was towards the end of his career. After that last patient died, he was put on trial finally because some fucking doctors decided to speak up about it because they finally, I don't know, got hit in their head telling this shit is wrong or some shit.
And who knows? Maybe they just became doctors and they're like, guys, are we really just letting this random motherfucker that doesn't have a surgery license
do this shit?
Pulls up people's brains. He's like, didn't you just graduate? Like, shut the hell up.
And
what
like,
the fuck is this?
and like my thing is too, there's already been proof shown that 1/3 of all of his patients never survived.
Damn.
Right? So
Number.
Right? So then going here for that, yeah, his last patient died. Thankfully, a year or two later, lobotomies were put out of business.
I mean, the worst thing is, guys, I just want to point out a note. We still have it legal here. It's just we don't do them. Clarifying that. Fucked up that we still have it. Second note, it's so bad that Russia completely banned them. Like, they're officially banned as a law. We do not have that. Just want it out there. Just want to point that little tidbit. And the only reason I remember that, gotta say, again, to a favorite Papa Meat, please, notice me. I'm joking.
Notice me. But, yeah, no. So, I know I didn't put this in the notes, but it's something that kind of been floating around the back of my head for the past few days. The reason why it was kind of put out was because new drugs were manufactured and made to help out these conditions like schizophrenia and depression to the point where lobotomies weren't really used unless it was for seizures.
Yeah. Which is, by the way, it's still used for seizures if it's an extreme case. Like I said, we don't do it, but like that is the singular time we'll do it properly. So at least we have a logical reason now.
Not back then, but hell, it's better than 1930s.
Right, you're right.
Using it for fucking depression.
Okay, he invented the transorbital lobotomy procedure that could be done outside of an operating room. By the way, this is, like I said, he probably just posted up in people's rooms. That's why I think this, because of this. He really had the audacity to try to make something called a transorbital lobotomy, talking about something. We're just going to do it in your living room. Just lay the table correctly.
And to make it worse, he did it all that didn't require a neurosurgeon.
That's the Loki sends shivers in my bones.
Yeah, man. I mean...
Okay, we're at point 16, people. We're almost at the end of the road from me being so formal and just to talk shit now. See, guys, I'll still talk shit during this episode. It's just not going to be while I'm reading from our little document we made. Lobotomies were carried out in some countries that were to treat... Oh, we already said this. Okay.
But schizophrenia, affective disturbance, and obsessive compulsive disorder, which is OCD. So yes, this is also used to treat OCD.
Man, I have ADHD, so I'm a little bit scared now.
Oh, also, I didn't put those either,
They
but...
just grab my ass, talk about something. He's a little too hyper.
Yes, actually, they would have used it for ADHD as well.
Oh.
That was also one of the main points that they also use it for. They use it for basically every major disorder. So yes.
Oh my God, no. Okay, point 17. Freeman took pride of how easy it was to do lobotomies. Yes, this man, we already kind of mentioned journalists he would have in there, but he'd have a bunch of students, journalists, taking pictures. We even talked about how he took poses, but I genuinely think it's funny that this man was just having news reporters in there every day. Like, imagine how easy. You remember Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
Yeah.
We were in a mission for a lobotomy. You remember how easy it was to enter if you just claimed that you're a fucking
lobotomist?
doctor? Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Bro, I feel like he was probably the reason for that. They probably used this dude for inspiration for that.
I wouldn't be surprised because he did have a lot of influence for shit.
Look, I want to play Assassin's Creed now.
I feel that.
Right? Look, the the Fry twins. I will admit, good ass pair.
Yeah.
They should have continued that story, by the way.
They should have.
The Fry twins were definitely something I would love to see continued. I mean, God, I love World War II mission. That's all I wanted. A World War II mission. I don't care about a World War II game. A lot of people claim they want an Assassin's Creed World War II game. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be hard to manage to make. It's like, let's be a little bit easy on Ubisoft. Nah, I'm not giving them credit to be good. They're far away
they
from being good. Yeah, they
kind of lost that shit like a minute ago. But Syndicate wasn't a bad game.
Yeah, Syndicate was great. Fucking love Syndicate.
All right, but for our last point, which, yes, I kind of already mentioned, but I wanted to focus more on the quote he gave to the journalist about how he taught his lobotomies. What he said, and I quote, "Any damned fool, a hospital psychiatrist could even learn within an afternoon." He said, "You can learn it so easy that you don't even need a licensed psychiatrist."
Yeah, and then we have the pictures at the bottom. I mean, it's just pictures of the Lecticons. We'll probably show that at the end of the episode. One of the kids he fucked up. And one of the chicks, I think this is one of the housewives, I said chicks, but to one of the victims, I should say. It's like a picture of her with her face, and then like, Jesus Christ. You could tell he shoved it right up her jaw because her jawline just drops right after surgery.
Yeah.
Like, she's got double chin now. She had like, oh, great clip.
And my thing is, too, just like putting on for like one of the heavy ellipticons, if you look at it, it literally looks like a weapon. Yeah. Like, you can hold it sideways to just jab someone's head.
Well, I mean, let's put out some other side notes. You know how you said there was medicine during that time? Yes, there is medicine. This is something in the book, by the way. I'm going to give claim to that book. Deborah, please don't come after me. Not Deborah. Dinah, please don't come after me. That would not help. Gets her name wrong and calls her Deborah. By the way, I was looking at the book and genuinely just thought D name. It's like, Deborah. Deborah. Yeah. Diet pills back in that time, man. Don't trust them. They have arsenic in them, and on top of that, they put ringworms in them.
Yep.
And not the whole ringworm. They just put the eggs in like these things and just shove it in a capsule and just like, yeah, it's good for you. Makes your wife look cool, makes you look fit, and you can go to the office thinking you're a spurred man.
And actually, too,
commercials have to be funny back then.
Oh yeah, but like as far as I know, they continued the diet pills, like with the ringworm and shit, until like the late 80s.
God damn.
Oh, because they stopped when they found out that most people that were using them either had like extensive stomach pains, vomit, diarrhea, even some cases, if they weren't taking the doses properly, death.
Extreme for just talk about trying to lose some fucking pounds, man.
Right?
How'd you die? A worm came out my butthole.
Because the thing was, the ringworms, they would eat through your intestines and your bowels.
Hey, you don't need to tell me shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
What? Hey, I would not have a ringworm. I just eat a lot. Oh, shit. Okay, well, folks, I guess since we are done talking about our boy Walter, now we can finally give our free opinions and maybe our goofs about it. By the way, that was us trying to be serious, so, like, sorry. Now, as for my boy Walter Freeman over here, I guess I'm going to go on my personal gripes. First of all, there aren't much common books or biographies about this man. We went to our local library, couldn't find shit on him. Nothing. I mean, they're like, we could order something, and no, let's be real here. You're not, for a podcast episode, we're not gonna order that in. Maybe we'll buy a new book, and hopefully isn't it, maybe we'll do like a part 2 of maybe some of his files. I mean, if you guys want us to see go over some files, we will happily go over some fucking files. I would love to go over some files. Jason, what do you say?
Yeah.
And I keep saying Jason. Goddamn it, Gold. I said I'd stop doing the first episode. Sorry. I guess second time's the charm. Either that or we're going to cut it out. But, like,
Yeah.
this is a 35-minute recording, by the way, I think.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, but I still have a couple of things that, like, I didn't put, like, in our notes, but I just wanted to mention. First off, there was actually a segment done on him on American Horror Stories.
Oh, yeah.
Which they went into way much more depth into his freakish surgeries, but just want to point that out.
You say freakish like it was sexual. Like, bro was taking off, wearing some fucking, what are they called? Wearing a onesie, talking about something. It's freaking a night.
Who knows? Maybe who knows? Maybe he did do it for sexual satisfaction.
I can see it.
I can see it.
He's just doing a slow grind while trying to like use a drill. Talking about something.
Yep. But all right, motherfucker. But no. And then 2, he also nominated his mentor for the Nobel Grand Prize. Keep in mind, the whole reason why he even got into lobotomy was because of his mentor.
Damn.
So,
who was his mentor?
Well, I forgot his name, but his mentor wrote books about lobotomy, and apparently as like he was in medical school, he started reading about him, and was like, oh yeah, I could do this, and just went off and fucking did it in the most outrageous way possible.
Alrighty. Well, guys, I guess for some of the other things is, first of all, I'm pretty sure you heard some of my jokes already about this dude. So I'm not going to go off the jokes. We're just going to talk about the research process. First, we stayed up an entire night eating, I kid you not, for me, I was eating a large chicken bone with ranch and hot sauce. I know you're like, wow. So we're just going to listen to this dude talk about what he ate. Yes, deal with it. Suffer fondlings.
Okay.
Suffer fondlings. That's what I should start calling our fans instead of nerds. We're going to call them fondlings. I'm like, what the fuck is a fondling? I'm like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
No, but we did research on a document. We went to a library and we read through these books. So, again, check out our website. We have another host doing that. Blue, our host, is doing that. He hasn't shown up any episodes yet, but eventually he will. But so far he is our moderator for our YouTube channel and for our website. So go on down and check that out. I mean, maybe I'll give it an update personally, but it'll just really be like a post of me talking something.
Yeah.
Again, sorry for the actual second episode. We are not going to post it until the end. Honestly, because I'll just tell the technical difficulties now because I probably won't remember later. For the first episode of the Kane and Lynch game, we loved Kane and Lynch 2. Dog Days was still, again, not great, but
better
fun.
than the first one.
Yeah, it was fun. And definitely now that we look at it, twice as better as the first one.
Yeah.
As for the first one, it's glitchy. I mean, very glitchy. And for our own technical difficulties, we could only run it like twice. We tried to get back and off on it, and yeah, that didn't really work out well. So
yeah, even when I quite literally had to delete the game, update my computer, re-download it, and it for some reason still wouldn't get past the first mission.
Yeah.
Like it will literally get to the end, freeze, black screen, error message.
Yeah. And by the way, before you ask why shouldn't we do this for the episode that we're doing again, we're probably complaining about the game itself, not our setup for it. So that's why we're doing it now, because it's just us two. Another thing is, sorry in advance, we will not have a multiplayer view for that episode because multiplayer is not functional.
It didn't
at
work.
all. Period. Like it's just flat out not there. So sorry for that, and also the claps.
Fuck.
Hurt the shit out your ear. Sorry. We're in a studio for this, by the way, so that's why we probably sound twice as good. But yeah, for all those hype sounds, sorry, not really. What, you want me to be honest? But as for other stuff, we have Vigilante 8. I'm not gonna go into any detail about that one because I actually think it's gonna be fun. And we're gonna have some other hosts. I guess that's really it. We might besides that, we might try to do some lives if we ever get a follows. And no, we're not gonna do playthroughs because I realized playthroughs take too damn long with me specifically. I'm like that guy that goes fully on through a game. Like, I'll fully immerse myself with side quests, all that other shit, and I realized I did a playthrough. You motherfuckers gonna be watching it like it's the damn Yogcast back in the day talking about them. So, are they gonna make the Waffle Factory already? You remember Yogcast?
Yeah, Yogcast was cool.
Yeah, Yogcast was fucking awesome, man.
But yeah, no, keep a lookout for our later projects. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. Might as well stop by, give a follow.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Oh, and hey, if you guys have anything to suggest us talking about, by the way, there's no limit. We're a media podcast. We give 0 fucks about what you give us. Please, go into the comment section. Drop something. I will talk about it. He will talk about it. Everyone will talk about it like our nuts are falling off. Wait. No.
No? I'm about to say no. I don't. I'm good. Like, maybe you, but not
hey,
me.
well, you're right. Like our nuts are on fire there.
Why is that even? That's not a better analogy, though.
Is it supposed to?
The hell is wrong with you?
Burritos.
A lot?
I mean, no, I just really like burritos.
What?
Chimichanga, baby.
The relevance is not there.
Anyway, we made the 41-minute mark, which I'm pretty sure was our last video. So
Our last video, was looking at now, is 44.
damn.
So
Okay, we did quicker with just the 2 of us, but
yeah.
by the way, don't worry, the 3 hosts will still be a system. It's just for these episodes, it'll probably just be me and Gold. So again, my fellow nerds, thank you for coming to the Nerdawill Collective, and also to clarify, reason we didn't name our channel that is, again, we might have different series with different hosts. Just to clarify that. We'll make but eventually we'll make merch for this, so like, can't wait for that. And
Yeah.
I will be making a fucking logo for it. I did not get to make our logo. I'm upset about that. It was like a competition between me, Blue, and Green, and that's how we ended up with the fucking TV logo. But like, I had my own logo for Elementa, and then like it ended up getting picked between Green because he didn't actually do any of the art. So I'm so bummed out about it. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely griped about that. Like,
He got so upset he lost.
because I took so much hard work looking for like a cool company to make sure we get art and stuff and everything, and then it's like, oh, I made one. I'm like, fuck. But yeah, so I mean, maybe we could make like a limited time series for each different art.
True.
You know, be like, yeah, this isn't only sold once, and then his art will just constantly be sold. But yeah, as for that, you know, keep an eye out. Tell us what you think of the logo, because I would love an excuse to change it. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
What? I'm not gonna be. It was a competition. It was all.
And you lost.
I lost.
Fairly.
Yes, I am a
So
sore
you
loser.
cannot be upset by that. Get over it, you big baby.
No, I will not. But anyway, for my Nerdawills and for my Nerdawills, please come back, learn some dark history, maybe learn something about a game you might want to play, or let's just talk about some good films, man. I mean, who doesn't like a good film?
I sure do.
Right? Anyway, see you guys and have a good time. Whoop.